Alright, so this is the first trick that you're going to do in the Red Ninja run, followed by the second one. Second one is significantly easier than the first one. So, let's do this. The way that you're going to make this trick work is you need to run at a specific angle and then jump at the last possible second. It's super tricky to do, but if you can get it, it's a pretty nice time save. Nice. And then this is the second one. You don't have to jump here. I typically do. It's a little bit faster.
What's that noise?
And that's the first area. Now, if you were to not clear that first jump, you can easily just do this. So if you just run to this path over here, it still leads to the same area. I've never actually timed it. See if... Well, I'm assuming it would be faster to do the really tricky strat. It doesn't save a huge amount of time, but obviously it's still a time save nonetheless. And then you have this bend here. And if you jump correct, he won't see you, so let's go and get a take of that.
What's that noise?
This last jump here is typically the one that I always end up messing up in my runs, as of lately. Nice. Then you have to wait for key, and then you can go through. And that's the first area. Second area has... I wouldn't say it's a hard route at all. It's definitely a lot simpler than the first area. That first area is usually what makes or breaks a run immediately.
What's that noise?
So I've seen Cosmotech jump off of that wheelbarrow back there to launch up without having to do a grab. I still haven't got the timing for that down yet, so I don't end up really using that.
What's that noise?
And then again, air assassination, and you've got the key and you can just leave the area. So this is a trick called pagoda skipping. This is a very, very weird trick. So you're going to aim where the butterfly is on the left, and then essentially go for a wall run, and then kind of jump at the last second, and then you're going to want to basically jump immediately after that so you can launch to the next one, and then jump immediately after that so you can launch over. If you do it correctly, it saves about 4 seconds compared to if you end up getting stuck doing a grab, so it's a pretty big thing. Nice. It's not an easy trick at all, and it definitely takes a lot of practice to get down. Once you get to this area, you're always going to want to jump for corners so then you don't have to do a grab. Sometimes the game just won't give you it, and it kind of sucks, but you have to take what you can get. This is the worst one because there's a slight gap in there, so you'll almost always end up grabbing it. But if you don't, and you can just jump up, it's pretty nice.
Where is the enemy? Shit. Lost it.
So here's the other trick. You're going to want to run over here and then jump and hold L2 so you can land silently so no one hears you, assassinate this guard, and you're done with this area. So you're just going to want to jump over these guards. You don't want to bother fighting them at all.
Stay on her. Don't lose her.
Then do a wall run and jump off. On that, I typically just hold R1 and mash square. And that's typically what gives me the air assassination on that. It's another really temperamental trick where sometimes you'll overshoot and it still won't give you it, or you'll undershoot despite essentially jumping at the same exact spot. Nothing really I can say about that one. This is a not so fun area. This is coming up to the first boss fight. So this is where you get to see how incredibly sensitive the aiming control is. So you're going to want to go and equip your blowgun. I typically just go and put it to triangle because it's the first one there. Assassinate him, then line up And it has to be a head assassination. If you shoot anywhere else, you'll immediately fail the area. You can only assassinate them from that side, even though the left side would be faster. For this, basically just want to grab an enemy and then jump and drag him into other enemies so they take extra damage.
Still.
Oh, I thought he was dead. That's one thing I didn't mention was grabbing limbs. So, to grab limbs, you need to hold R1, press up on the left stick, and then square. It's pretty awkward. It took me a while to get down, but you're gonna need to get it down. Especially for this, because head grabs typically do way more damage. I think actually in almost every single fight, head grabs do more damage. But it's also a distance-based thing. Nice. It wasn't a terrible time, even with doing a tutorial. So now we're on to Chapter 2.